Cameron came through with a massive bouquet of flowers for Claire.
I see you, player. Good move, man. In front of the whole group.
And she was thrilled, but the only problem I had is that she didn't give him a full blown kiss.
Absolutely. She should have done like Fred Sanford there would suggest all the time and gave him one across the lips.
Welcome to Clip Alerts.
Today, we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 17, episode number 7.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that like button and send us your comments. So
That was the perfect
that
time to do
yes,
that,
it
man.
was. Yes, it was.
And not be philosophical about it, but just say, hey, look, man, I got to give you a little some of this, something.
They woke up and they were talking in bed,
Yeah.
and he said
Well, he didn't
that
actually go to sleep really because he was
yeah, he
already,
was in pain.
yeah, he was in pain.
And he believed he had maybe an ear infection
Right.
because while he was diving the day before, he felt something popping in his ear.
Hmm.
So he said that was going to a doctor to see if they can get the situation resolved.
Yeah, but that was before he actually
Yeah,
actually
but
went. But
while they were in
talking,
bed,
yeah, yeah,
they were talking, and she ordered him his breakfast, and she was right on point. She ordered him everything that he liked,
yeah.
which was good,
She remembered.
and he reached over and he was caressing her arm a little bit, and she didn't move away. So we see progress happening between
Yeah, I
them.
think she said in her confessional, the attraction is growing to my new
Yeah,
hubby.
yeah,
And Claire was like, okay, all right. And she was starting to show a little bit of signs of loosening up a little bit.
right. And while they were in bed, they discussed going back home. And he said, one thing's for sure, he didn't like coming home to an empty house, and he now looks forward to her being there. And she talked about, oh, I'm independent and all that stuff. And he said, well, we both will be doing our thing. We're gonna be together. And she said she was still scared about that.
Yeah, but Cameron, on the other hand, is optimistic. He's
Yes.
very much looking forward to them living together, and he actually said that he thought that they would do great living together.
Yes, he
So
did.
I'm getting the vibe that he's kind of warming to the task a little bit,
Yes.
trying to put that emotional chemistry together, understanding that comes before the physical stuff. And you know what? It's starting to move in that direction for a player, ain't it?
Right,
Ain't it?
right, right.
Huh?
So
Learn something today, huh? Huh?
he he decides to go to the doctor
Yeah, in Cancun.
in Cancun, and she was
Shit.
by herself
Yeah.
during the day, and she said that she missed him and hoped that he was getting the treatment he needed because the night before he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Didn't she also say that she couldn't go with him because she had a meeting of some
Yeah,
sort or
she
something like
had
that?
some sort of meeting, so she could not go
Yeah,
with
kind
him.
of go with
But
him.
he was good with that. He
Yeah.
just went forward and took care of business.
Right, right.
They also talked about going back on the journey back home, and she reminded him that when they came to Cancun, that he was not very attentive to her, that he walked away from her doing his own thing.
Right.
And he did say he will try to be more mindful of her and taking care of her bags, etc.,
It
etc.
seems like he's beginning to understand that they're not just two individuals who happen to be married, but now they're a unit,
Right,
and that he's got to be, attentive to Claire first and foremost, and then deal with his own. So his attention is on someone other than himself primarily.
right.
So it seems like he understands that, and
That's
that's a
fantastic.
good progress for a brother. It
Yes, it
is,
is.
no question.
And the brother's flavor is coming through.
We already know that he had flavor because remember he was clowning Emily hard with her weave, boy. Oh
Okay,
my goodness.
talking about that nest.
Oh my goodness. There's something up in there, living up in there, and something was taking residency up in
Right.
there.
Anyway, Claire was having dinner with the rest of the cast,
Yeah.
and this is when he showed up with this huge bouquet of flowers.
And like my old man used to say, come on, boy, I see you. I see you. I see you. Huh?
And she was thrilled, of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
Who is not gonna like
That's
that?
what I'm saying, man. That was the perfect opportunity right then and there to lay it on him.
Lay
Lay it
one
on him.
across the lips,
Yeah,
and
give it to him.
she gave him a hug.
Yeah, she gave him a tap on the cheek too, and I'm like, come on, come on,
Right.
man. She was dry. Huh?
Well, she's learning like everybody else.
Yeah, but
But he tells them that he went to the resort doctor, and then he had to go to Cancun where he got some antibiotics to take care of the infection.
right.
So hopefully when he flies the next day, he's not going to be in pain, because it's dreadful to fly when you have a head cold or any kind of infection or anything like that.
I
It's
can
very
imagine that's
painful.
gonna be a good time, a
No,
pleasant time.
no. So hopefully he got that squared away.
Absolutely, I think he did. I think he's back on track. That'd
See
be good.
them packing. She asked him if he wants her to help him pack,
Hmm.
and he said no because he really didn't bring a whole lot for the trip.
Yeah, he bought like two outfits.
So
Why y'all laughing?
at
I'm serious.
least
That's what he said, didn't he?
yeah, at least I like where they're moving to.
Yeah, and I would like it even better if Claire would kind of loosen up a little bit more, and like I said, take the opportunity to show that brother some affection in real time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I would like
yeah.
it even more. But I
Then
think she's got to get out of her headspace. Seems like clearly Cameron is more than willing to come out of his.
I'm hopeful for both of them.
Okay, we can go with that.
Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let us see a comment. We'll see what the New Zealander and Miss Claire has in store for us next week.
Yeah, coming back to the reality of the real world, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
moving in together and all that, right?
yeah.
Because it's
At least
coming.
he'll get the opportunity to show her his life and vice versa.
Hmm.